There's Cece. Guest appearance. Make her meow.
Oh, Cece. She look. Oh.
Don't hurt her. Don't hurt her.
I love when her. I love
She
when
doesn't care.
her hands are just like out straight. Like
I
there's
know
just
her
no
face. She
continuity.
looks like so uncomfortable.
Hey, Cece.
Hey, Cece. Who's a good kitty?
Cece, you're literally the
Who's a
most
good
beautiful cat I've ever seen. And that's not an exaggeration.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We're back, episode 11, and we're gonna start with Nick. Nick, you brought it up. You clearly want to talk about it, and now we need to know about it. Why is your hair coming up out of its hat
right now? What's
my
going
hair
on?
is coming up out of its hat because I want to start when I wear my hats. I want to make it all push back, right? So
Okay, so you're eliminating
it's going
the
to
hair
take a much long time for it to happen because my hair grows slowly. But I want to get my hair to grow out so I can get like wings and make it go flowy.
He wants this. He wants like that.
Yep. He wants He wants the flow on the sides.
That's going to take a long time because the
Instead
last
of
time I
hair
got my
product,
side
you're
cut,
just
it was at
using it.
1.5. So it's going to take a long time.
Ooh, yeah.
He wants the clay. He wants what Eric's got rocking right now. Actually,
yeah. So this is the perfect timetable. So for Hannah Daypre's wedding in June, I cut my hair, and it is now December, and this is where my hair is at. And my hair was at on the sides like a 1, 1.5.
So depending,
So
I have a feeling that Nick's doesn't grow as fast, but I guess
that's the thing. Yeah.
You
I
also
have to get haircuts every 2.5 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's pretty not long, but it's long enough
thick.
that it's like not short anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
That's the thing is ever since I've known you, pretty much you've gotten haircuts like at least once a month.
That is frequent.
So it's like we haven't really even get to
frequent.
see. I don't remember when I started growing this shit out. So who knows? But yeah,
You've had longer than that before, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was longer than this last time I wanted to grow it out. But
So just for the viewers out there, in 6 months from now, either I could be sick of this very quickly, or in 6 months from now, I might have a nice flow going on.
other three guys on here, me
Make a
being
bet.
one of them. Who do you think A, he gets sick of it and cuts it, or B, he sticks to it?
Sticks.
From my experience with watching him try to grow a beard, I think he's gonna get about a month in and get frustrated.
I also vote A. I think you're gonna.
Nick.
Because here's the thing about Nick's hair.
I'm the only B.
It's thick and it's coarse. So when his grows out, it's similar to Ben's, but it's thicker. So it's instead of growing down, it's gonna poof out. Which mine does the same thing at first, but you just gotta get through. You gotta get through that annoying phase, and then it starts to go down.
I've had it. I've had my hair probably
On the top, like that long.
that long on the top before. On the
I've
sides,
had
it's never
moments
been
where
that
my
long.
hair was long.
As
If
soon
my
as
hair was that long on the sides, it would lay down. The farthest I ever probably got my hair on my sides is probably like an inch.
as soon
And
as you
at
get
that
it,
point, sorry.
no, keep going.
No, I was gonna say, and at that point, I was like, "Fuck this!
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Yep.
I want to cut it."
Yep.
So
See, so you're starting at a decent time because by the time it starts to get there, it'll be cold. It should be cold. But once you get it to 2 inches on the sides, that's about where mine is right now, and it starts to look like that. It starts to like lay down and flow down, and you get all the ladies coming after you. Right, Danielle?
ask Danielle
Right,
right,
Danielle?
now. Is that how? That's how you got hurt?
She just goes, mm-hmm. Okay, well that's good. We started off with some nice hair talk with Nick.
I think that was the longest my hair has ever been recently.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that shaggy mane.
That's senior year.
No, this was in college. We
Oh, that
came back
was
around.
college?
Yeah, it was like I don't know if you were there actually, Mike.
Wow.
We went to a free skate at Malone Arena.
Oh
and
my God, I wasn't there, and I'm so mad that I wasn't there because you guys showed me pictures, and the place is like super nice now.
Yeah,
You dirty.
it is.
I think everyone missed this, but I'm just gonna say this right now. Right before, it looked like Cece was just walking and then just went doop right off the bed.
Off the bed. Oh, I missed it, dude. I was too busy being. I was too busy being indignated, or whatever the fuck the word is. What's the word?
Indignant.
Oh, that was great.
Indignant. That's it. Indignant.
I'll send you guys a picture on in our Instagram conversation.
Yeah.
Of the time my hair was at its longest.
Oh, dude, this is a good dude.
In college.
You know what?
I don't even know when my longest.
Every one of you send me a picture, and we're gonna another Instagram post.
Instagram
longest hair, and I think I'm gonna win.
Oh, you are. I think I'm gonna be second though, because I've had my moment.
Man.
Rick,
I don't know.
No, Rick, you don't know. I
some...
never showed you my 6th grade hair.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, okay.
He had some hair.
It was hockey hair for sure.
I think that like surpassed hot. Like
dude, that was I'm pretty sure that was longer than Riley's in Letterkenny. Not
probably about the same.
Not on the top, but off the back. I had like a mini mullet looking kind of thing.
You did a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't great, but it was my hockey hair. But anyway, let's get into it, boys. Let's get into it. So we're gonna start here. A sad bit of news. I don't know if any of you guys knew who this was, but I've read a couple golf books and a couple, like I've read like maybe 5 golf books and a couple with Tiger Woods, and one of the people he talks about, and one of the people that actually got to hit the opening tee shot this past season, this past Masters, was Lee Elder, who was the first African American to ever play in the Masters back in 1975. Wow. And unfortunately, so luckily he got to hit the tee shot this year, because unfortunately he has passed away, 87 years old. So
man.
Good long life. And he broke the color barrier in the Masters. So
wow,
it's pretty awesome.
Wow.
R.I.P. I can't say I know, and you sound like you know a lot more about him than me. So
I don't know a whole lot about him. I just know he did that, and he had a decent career in the PGA. But yeah, so you know, a living legend. Unfortunately, no longer living. But I'm glad he got to. I'm glad he got honored so much at this at the 2021 Masters. So I was really glad to see that. Got to hit the opening tee shot with I think it was Jack Nicklaus and a South African guy, Gary Player.
Okay.
So I mean, that was really cool to see, and sad that he's passed away. But you know, he meant a lot to a lot of people and helped to grow the game.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. So, out of everyone here, like I don't follow golf as much as you guys. Didn't know most of the names you just said, but that's a really cool piece of golf history that I never knew about. So thank you for telling me that. And may he rest in peace. That's a cool legacy he leaves behind, though. Yep. So that's what people will remember him for. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moving on. Let's talk about our teams, gentlemen.
I'd rather not.
I have
a feeling, Eric, you want to third that?
I'm gonna. Oh, guys, listen.
Here we go.
I'm gonna talk about the Habs, but like, fuck.
I'm gonna start here. The Islanders. Oh my God, they are on a 10-game losing streak. Ooh. They're losing right now to the Blackhawks. A 10-game losing streak. They have, in their past 10 games, they've gotten 2 points, both OT losses.
Jesus.
Guys, can someone right now off the top of your head, who has? I know these 2 players are outliers, but McDavid and Draisaitl are approaching 40 points, right?
Draisaitl had 41 the last I checked, which was like a couple days ago.
He's just been a goddamn gem.
How many points is the leading point scorer on the Islanders? How many points do they have? Take a guess. Can someone take a guess?
I'm pretty sure it's 11.
It's 11. And it's Brock Nelson.
Yeah. Is it still Brock Nelson? Holy fuck.
It's still Brock Nelson.
Oh, that's
terrible. They cannot.
Nothing against score. Brock, but
they cannot score. The player with the leading amount of goals on the team is also Brock Nelson. How many goals does he have? Can someone please?
If he's got 11 points,
7.
7 goals. 6 goals.
Nick?
8.
9. Nick's the closest.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not a bad amount of goals.
It's not a bad amount of goals, but it's Brock Nelson scoring the goal. Why is no one else scoring a goal?
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
Oh my God. It's just
that's rough.
I feel like I have a lot to say, but I also don't know what to say. I mean, again, it's just weird because I feel like the Islanders haven't been able to get there. They have a new arena, and COVID, again, I've talked about this, kind of ruined that whole homestand, and they just haven't been able to put anything together. And I'm kind of on that. I'm on that bridge of, I know, yes, it's still early in the season, but also it doesn't feel, I don't know, as the games go on, it's like,
there's only
the clock is ticking.
Yeah. Like there's only so big. You can only dig out of a hole so big. Like, and eventually it gets too big to get out of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And guys, here's my thing. The Islanders are in the Metro.
That's good. The whole East is fucking good.
You cannot dig yourself a hole like that in the Metro and expect to make the playoffs.
No, you really can't.
You can't. Like, it's not good. It's not good at all. And
are we going to look at a no playoff Islander season?
That's the question, Benny. That is the question that I'm too afraid to say out loud.
It's gonna be close, dude. Because
it's gonna be close.
They're not. They haven't put themselves in a good spot. I'll give you that. It's not exactly where you want to be.
Because not only is the Metro itself difficult, but like the whole, even for the wild card, the whole East is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let me look at the standings here.
It's not great.
So, Mike, while you do that, Barry Trotz, I don't know where this quote was from, but Barry Trotz said this is one of the hardest things he's had to do as a coach, and he was the coach of an expansion team, the expansion.
Oh boy! Oh dear!
And he says this is one of the hardest things he's had to ever do as a coach.
That's not good.
It's really disheartening. And so I guess the other than the whole Metro thing, the things I want to talk about, do you think at this point in the season, the Islanders need to be a team that does something big at the trade deadline, or at this point just play through whatever they're playing through, see where it goes, and tank if worse comes to worst?
I think you leave that where it is. You already have so much of the team established.
Yep.
And I also I think a lot of what has happened is product of their circumstance. They start the season on a 13 game road trip, and then like the last 5 or 6, however many games it's been, where they had like a fucking AHL lineup for a few weeks, had some COVID shit. Like I don't know that you. I mean, like obviously it's not good what's happening right now, but I don't know how much you take out of this.
Yeah,
it might end up just being a chalked season. But to put it in perspective, Detroit is in the first wild card right now, 29 points.
What the fuck?
29 points.
The Islanders have 14 points. That being said, it's not good. That being said, the Islanders are like a good few games behind everybody else.
Oh yeah, because of
Corona things, and
that does matter. Long
for my own curiosity, where's Montreal at?
Montreal's just ahead of them with 15 points.
Nice, Benny.
Where'd they get 15 points from?
All three of you guys are down at the bottom there.
Yep. It's not good. There are two teams behind the Isles. No, are the Sens behind the Isles anymore? I thought they were only.
They only
won
Sens,
one. The Sens and the Coyotes. That's it.
Oh, in the league, yeah. I have
in the league. That's it.
I'm looking at
the Sens are last in the league right now.
Sens and Coyotes. Coyotes are last in the league, actually.
Guys, the Sens, the Coyotes, and the Islanders. Look at those three teams. Which one doesn't belong? Please.
Well, this is
the Islanders.
This is the crazy thing. We're talking about two teams here that were in the final 4 teams in the last playoffs, and they're in the bottom 4 of the league. 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can get to it, but when you lose the main center and goalie, and
that's true. Yeah, that's
behind
true.
The run for the Habs.
So before we go like super crazy into that, I just want going back to the Islanders. So
yes.
So I've been talking to some people, and obviously fan bases are fan bases, right? People are impatient. There are people get rid of Trotz. Yeah. People are like, get rid of Trotz, yada yada yada. So here's the thing, right? Trotz is too good of a coach to get rid of. You don't get rid of Barry Trotz. And again, so there are times where I catch myself. I'm like, just tank, just get the first round pick. But like at the same time, I do agree with you, Ben. Like I think let it play out, and you just got to move through it. I know it seems like a cop out me saying that, but like you've established the team, like you said, Benny. You have Barry Trotz as your coach. You just gave out all these contracts.
And you don't tank for the sake of tank, because that's part of what I think kind of screwed Buffalo for a bit. There is if you go too far that direction, there is something to the fact that you would do kind of establish a sense in the locker room that, what the fuck are we even doing here then? Like,
yeah, like it doesn't matter if we win or lose. That kind of
sure. There's times where it's probably like, especially with where the Habs are at right now, it might not be the worst idea to try to kind of set yourself up to tank, but like also I feel like you have to kind of hold back to a degree because you don't want that to creep into a locker room too much, because it's still people. Like, it's still people who are playing it. Like, you have to take human emotions into account, and like I feel like if you just do that for a second, the Islanders should stand pat.
I mean, that's the other thing is like, you get players aren't going to just go out there and be like, yeah, whatever. They're going to try to win.
Yeah.
Every time they're on the ice, they're going to try to win. They're in the National Hockey League. Like,
the front office of a team might want the team to tank, but the players still have their own livelihood to live up to. Like, even if you're on a shitty team like the Coyotes, like a kid like Clayton Keller is still going to try hard because he's still got to try and play somewhere else in the league. If it's
he's got to establish himself as a player and be able to maybe.
The only problem with doing that, like you said, Ben, Buffalo did it for 5 years. It felt like they just were like on a major skid and they didn't do anything about it. Then it turns into a point where like what high value player wants to go to your team then after that? Because then you get Taylor Hall, who doesn't work out. Then you have a stud center who doesn't want to be there. So it's like,
and
Taylor Hall was getting him to the Stanley Cup. Don't you remember?
Taylor Hall went there because they were the only team that was willing to give them that kind of money, willing to give him that kind of money, and then then that turned out to be a mistake.
That go for him.
So I
he's
guess
in Boston now.
He got to Boston and he's.
And just again, real quick, this is the last thing I'll say about the Isles. Just so summarizing it again, right?
As long as you want.
Eric. You don't want to establish a losing. Again, okay, lose the GM, Barry's the coach. That's not going to fly in that organization. But it's one of those things. It just sucks seeing the team like play through that, especially knowing what they did the past 2 seasons. I'm going to be honest right now. If going into like, I don't know, at the latest the All-Star break maybe or whatever, like playoffs I'm not feeling so good about playoffs right now. So
when we say tank,
Isles.
Don't tank, it's like once you get to trade deadline and if it's pretty clear it's not going to happen, sure, there's pieces you move on from. If there's like expiring deal guys and like just kind of like if there's things you can get like picks or prospects, then yes, do that. But like they're not anywhere near like full on deconstruction mode. It's just they very clearly have some just situations around them causing a bit of a crappy start, and that's kind of where I see them. I don't like they'll be fine next year. If not, like I still wouldn't bar a response from them. Like it could happen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's plenty of time.
It's likely or not, I don't know, but like I could very easily see it happen.
I know this is kind of been like a negative. Nothing's going right for the Isles right now, so obviously it's going to be a little negative. But some positives. Second in goals on the team is Oliver Wahlstrom, who's a rookie.
All right, he's like
he establishes himself on the power play, and I remember when I was first hearing about him coming to the league, people were saying he's Ovechkin-like in the way that he just wants to score goals. And he's also a righty and parks himself in that same Ovechkin spot.
The Stamkos spot?
Yes, the Stamkos spot. Yeah,
I love you, but it's the OV spot.
The Stamkos spot.
He has a really good one-timer. He scored 2 power play goals last night against Detroit. And I really like that, so that's a positive. Ilya Sorokin, again, has been playing great. He's just getting no help.
Just getting shelled every game?
Yeah, literally every game. So I just wanted to leave it off on that. So Isles fans listening, obviously there's some bright spots, but we will get through this.
Hang in there.
We will get through this, because if you're my age, your entire existence of being a fan has been getting through this. It's been pretty rough.
So the last few years have just been fantastic for comparatively.
Yes. Being upset because the bar is now raised higher than it's ever been, the Islanders aren't up there, is much better than being upset because they're just below the bar and they've been there for like 10 years straight. Yeah, exactly. So, and that's all I have to say. I want to hear from Nick next, though. I want to hear about your Sens, Nick.
How are the Sens
Really?
doing?
Really?
They're
Yes.
right next to the Isles, dude. I
Listen,
gotta
Nick,
hear.
So, listen. Before, no, you know what? Go.
Wait. I'm gonna start it. How can you be mad if I had told you the Sens were keeping pace with the Islanders at the beginning of the season?
That's a good
Think
one.
of what you would have thought.
You would have been like, oh, sweet.
That would have been nice. So I believe they've played 3 games this week.
Okay.
And game 1 was against the Canucks. 3 or 4 games this week. But I know the most recent one that I remember was against the Canucks. And they got absolutely wiped.
Oh, boy, yeah.
And
That's not great either.
then I saw an Ian Mendez tweet basically saying, I don't know what to think anymore because you just got destroyed at home by a shitty team.
Yeah, the Habs only
then,
lost 2-1 to them.
And then 2 nights later, they beat the Hurricane. Like, how the fuck do you get?
What the fuck?
Yeah, they beat the Hurricanes
by the Canucks, but then can go beat the Hurricane.
Because hockey is a very strange
and
game.
Then they basically hold their own against Colorado last night.
They won
6-5. They lost to Calgary 6-5.
No,
not Calgary, Colorado.
They beat them.
They did.
They beat them 6-5 in OT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Brady Kachuk.
I was looking at the wrong one.
OT winner.
Look at that.
I looked at the wrong team. So they have 2 wins.
Kachuk.
Have you watched?
They have 2 wins, man.
It's looking on the up and up.
He hasn't watched
the game. Nope.
You know what he is though?
What?
Saturday. But
oh, you're having him over, eh?
Saturday, I actually was gonna invite him. You want to come down if you don't have anything going on? Saturday the 11th. Bolts Sens. Come down. We'll have a pizza.
I mean, that sounds like a goddamn good time.
That could work.
Pizza and
That was so
brewskis.
specific.
Erin's gonna be out of town. She's going to New York City. So
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Yo, City?
let's take up on that.
All right.
As long as you don't have any more mice in your apartment.
So far we don't. Yes.
Oh, mice aren't that bad.
We'll get to that story at the end. Everybody watching. Story of the mouse. Son of a bitch.
That's what I expect the title of this episode to be now too. The mouse.
The mouse in the house. All right. Well, Ben, let's go to you. Let's get all the negativity out.
Actually, hold on one thing. I want to, since Eric asked it. Sorry, Ben, I don't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
Eric asked a question about his team. I want to ask you guys the question about
your team.
Oh, okay.
Highest points getters.
Okay, I won't look at the website that I currently have open.
You don't get to look.
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. Highest points guy?
I'm
gonna say your boy Josh Norris.
I feel like
that's a good
Chuck
guess.
is too easy.
He is too easy.
He didn't play a couple games.
Drake Batherson.
Oh, that's a good guess.
You are right.
Shit.
Do you have?
I didn't get the guess.
Josh.
Wait, Eric, was it Drake Batherson?
Yes, it is.
Oh wow,
Eric, you were close. Josh Norris has 17 points. Batherson has 18 points.
Wow,
that's not bad.
So Josh Norris also is the high goal scorer right now.
Okay.
It's Batherson?
So how many goals do you think he has?
Wait, Josh Norris, did you say was the top goal getter?
Yep.
And he had 17 points, so I'm gonna say he has
7.
6 goals.
I'm gonna say 10. 10 goals.
10.
Shit.
He's 10.
Damn.
He's 10 and 10.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was like it's either gonna be high or low, and then
that's not bad.
I went with low.
Eric one more than Brock Nelson. Sorry.
Yeah, but here's the difference is the Isles they win or they lose while not scoring a lot, and the Sens lose while scoring a lot.
Yeah,
that's because the Sens defense sucks booty cheeks, and their goalies give up over fucking 4 goals a game.
The thing is, like,
they're not the last 3 goddamn games.
As much as Pierre Dorian was like, the rebuild's over at the beginning of this season.
Did you see him re-quote?
Yes, I did.
What I meant to say,
like? I should have said
the pieces are in place.
Core pieces are in place or something like that. But like, I expected them to like grow and be okay this year, but like still, it wasn't like Ottawa was gonna be.
I expected them to be better than they are. Like
That's true.
like
Yeah,
in
their
the
record-
standings at
hoping
least.
for a middle of the pack team.
Yeah,
I was thinking
Now
like
we're looking at a
20.
potential worst in the league team, which I wouldn't be overly like upset about if they tank and go get the number 1 pick. Then like, who fucking cares?
That's mine,
Yeah.
Nick. No.
No.
Yeah.
I'll
Meanwhile,
raise it to it.
Arizona's
I
like.
think I think the Senators have a better chance than the Canadians do.
I mean, probably, yeah, because they're
At some
like,
point, you'll get Carey Price back, and he'll just win you like 10 games. So.
Don't forget about the Coyotes.
Yeah, guys, come on.
Coyotes too. Yeah.
Louis Eriksson is going to have a resurgence here. There's more.
Isn't that what I said in our like playoff previews?
Probably, man.
Some shit like that.
Hopefully,
Based on
they-
his
I know I mentioned
that'd be
Louis Eriksson.
that'd be so funny.
It was based on his preseason performance, Ben.
Oh,
he had
hell yeah.
scored, like
He was
2 goals in
lighting
one
it
game.
up in the preseason.
Everyone's going nuts. They're like, Louis
He's
Eriksson
back.
revenge tour.
He's back.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Benny.
That's me.
I like your sudsy mustache. There we go.
There's some beer foam there. Here we go.
Well, how? Yeah, go.
Um, so it's like I don't know how to describe it other than like I'm not watching games anymore with like any kind of like actually yeah that's a good word, yeah, because like Jeff Gordon's in here now. He did a press conference on what day was it Friday? It was some weekday,
one of
this
those
week.
days.
And I just was really kind of pleased with like the kind of direction it seems like the Habs are going to be going. He pointed towards wanting a really fast, skilled team with a team that has a focused analytics department, which the Habs don't currently have, I don't think. I remember like their last like main analytics guy they had got fired after the PK Subban trade when the guy was like, please don't do the PK Subban trade. But so I like that. They said there's probably going to be a GM hired by around Christmas. It still is the whole like, oh yes, they wanted to be able to converse in both French and English with fans kind of thing. The one interesting thing that was said was Jeff Gordon was like, we might be a little more out of the box with the pick, and it might be somebody that can kind of complement me well, which I think I remember last episode. It was because it was still so new. I wasn't really sure what was going on, and I was like, the press release the Habs put out was kind of weird. It said Jeff Gordon. Oh, they retained the services of Jeff Gordon. So like, I was wondering if it might just be like a temporary thing while they find a GM. No, he's actually apparently been signed on long term, is what everybody's been saying, and is going to be around. Jeff Gordon, yep, is going to be around for a while, and is going to kind of be it basically sounds like it's going to be a tag team in terms of hockey management decisions, and with Jeff Gordon and whoever they hire, which I don't hate.
Which is
everything about Jeff Gordon's track record is real good. Like he built, aside from him building this current Rangers team, basically
that is second in the Metro, I believe.
He also has done like he's had like a million different like things with different teams. I think there was like a summer he was early with the Bruins in management where he brought all of Chara, Bergeron, and somebody else that was big with them onto the team in like one off season. He had like some insane like he has a really good track record, just kind of hopping around teams and fixing them. And the Habs could use a little of that right now. They really could. So I don't know. I'm just really kind of cautiously optimistically happy about where everything's at with the management side of things.
You may have missed my question, but
what was the question?
Who?
Sorry.
Well, I kind of just yelled at you while you were talking. So, who is the prospective GM? Who are the targets that you're hearing?
Well, Patrick Waugh is making sure that everybody else hears him say he is. I don't really think he's a professor. It didn't
really work out for him when he was coaching Who is
Colorado. It was
Colorado?
Colorado. Who was
Yeah.
that? It was hilarious at Jeff Gorton's first
Corey Perry.
first press conference. Somebody asked him about fucking Patrick Waugh as a client, and Jeff Gordon's response was something along the lines of, they must have been like, oh, have you heard of in terms of Patrick Waugh as a candidate? And he was like, yes, I've heard of him. And that was all he said.
Yes, I know that name. Yes, rings a bell.
And I was just like, that's fucking great. I love it. Because I am personally of the opinion, please God, fucking no, 10,000 times no, absolutely not no. Because there's nothing about Patrick Waugh and like who he has always been as a person that makes me think, yes, this is the guy I want making all the big decisions and all of the important like negotiation. No, like no.
Have they been looking at like past players as their like people that they're expecting?
Just with the way Montreal is, you have a French legend being like, I'd love to do it, and then everybody's gonna be like, yeah, let's do it.
Jose Theodore.
Theodore?
But the ones that have actually been reported and actually seem to be a maybe, the three I can think of, one's Daniel Briere,
Danny B.
I think is within management in Philadelphia, if I remember correctly. I think he's doing something with their ECHL team.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's theirs, but I knew he was in the East Coast.
I thought it was Philadelphia. But he's kind of been somebody doing sort of like lower level management stuff. I know I was reading a thing where it was like he apparently went to the Wharton School of Business and did business management in the US. That's a big
baller school right there.
Well, damn, it's not like he can't pay for it.
So it's like there's that.
It's like I feel like taking a class.
It's that coupled with pocket. Jeff Gorton being like somebody outside of the box, like that would be. It's Danny Briere, so he's still got a pass with the NHL, but like hiring a player that young with no like higher level management experience would be an out of the box thing for NHL. Just with the way they hire GMs, it's like a club of like 40 guys usually.
Yeah, really.
So
I think this next one, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I think this guy's the guy you guys should go with.
If I think we're thinking of the same one, because I was going to bring up Matthew Darsh next.
Yes.
Who is AGMing? Yes, AGMing with Tampa Bay. Is he one of their cap guys? I don't remember. I
don't know what he does, but he's in the system. Yeah. I have no idea what he does.
I want to say I read something to do with cap stuff. Regardless, he's been an AGM with Tampa for a little bit. He's been learning under Julien Brisebois, who the Habs had in their organization like 5 years ago and could have done. But regardless, he's there.
Listen, he doesn't become Julian without Steve.
No, he doesn't. Probably not.
Yeah.
No. But so that's an option that I've heard brought up, and I really wouldn't mind. And who the fuck? There was a guy getting reported all day today, who is a fucking player agent that is a Montreal native.
That's not an uncommon thing either. Because
they're looking for French?
No, just in general, like taking an agent and making them run a team. The Mets did it with what the fuck's his name? Just recently, like either last year or the year before, the New York Mets took an agent. Basically, let me see. I don't think it's him.
I don't know anything about baseball.
Bing it. Don't use Google. Use Bing.
Bing it.
Fuck, where did I see
it's
this?
Not. It's that. If you think about it, that's not really a bad idea. Like they're in that transaction of signing players. They just kind of move a little more towards the team than on the player side.
I just found it. It's a guy apparently named Kent Hughes, a longtime player agent who is a Montreal native. He's obviously an Anglophone Montrealer, but is bilingual. Oh. I shouldn't say obviously. I think he's an Anglophone just based on the name, but I honestly don't know.
What was it again? Hughes?
Kent Hughes.
Kent, yes. That is not super French sounding.
Yeah.
Je
just
m'appelle
going off
Kent.
the name, I'm going to go with that. So
Oh dear.
there's that. Apparently, he's got a bit of a connection with Gorton because
okay.
he's from Montreal, is bilingual, but has been working in the Boston area apparently for a while. And Jeff
Ooh.
Gorton is a Boston native, or at least a Massachusetts native. So there's that person who's getting reported around. I think Friedman was the one who brought it up. So
Corey Perry for the hat trick.
There's a few options. He's got 2 goals already.
Yes.
Benny, poor Benny. No.
Yeah, Corey Perry scores 2. I used to love hearing but so that's the 3 names I've heard the most in terms of like what I think I've seen that's like the most reputably reported and has been out there in terms of candidates. I don't know. I don't even really. I know they've played a couple games this week. I know the Colorado.
Yeah, we already talked about they're playing. We've just been talking about front office shit.
I know the Colorado game didn't go all that well. They lost to Nashville in overtime last night. I wasn't watching it. I was with friends playing Cards Against Humanity.
I have a comment about that game. Did you see the OT winner?
I did not.
Forsberg gets stick checked by Sherratt, I'm pretty sure. And the stick falls out of his hand. Every single Habs player just puck watches because they're like, oh, yeah, Forsberg's out of the play. Forsberg just picks up his stick, goes to the other side of the crease, just gets the cross-ice pass, ding, just puts it in.
Oh,
I'm like, guys.
He disappeared because he dropped his stick?
Yep. And they just all...
Oh, no.
Yep. It was just like, oh, my God.
Ben's like, why'd you have to tell me that?
I was following along with it a little bit on my phone, and I was like, guess how much the Habs got outshot in this game that they lost?
I'm going to say 37-18.
Okay. 37-18. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Well, I like Eric's. Eric's is a good number.
That's a good area to be in. Yeah.
I think no. I think 21. I think he got above 20. 21 for the Canadians. 41.
Okay.
39-15.
Dang.
Mike was the closest.
Oh.
44 for the Preds, 23 for the Habs.
Oh God, 44.
And there was some fucking tweet about how bad it's been lately. Like they've given up like 40 shots a game, basically every game. For
you shared that on Twitter. You shared that to our you shared that to our group chat.
That's bad.
Yeah. Jake Allen is
quite shite.
Is a beautiful man. I appreciate and love him so much for everything he's done this season.
Dude, that's a trade at the deadline, get some picks back kind of player.
Yeah, they're getting that. They need to get something for him. I'd send him somewhere good, please. Give him something and get something for him because, like, holy fuck, he's been hung out to dry. So every time I see a Habs fan being like, oh, all these goals being I'm like, yes, have you looked at the team in front of
have
this
you
fucker?
Watched the games?
Have you I'm like, come on, man. I don't know.
Yeah, that is like a pure, that's like the best example of a goalie. Like a goalie's I don't even know if his numbers are even that bad. But it's like the best example. I
honestly haven't looked, but like if they aren't that good, what the fuck does it matter?
It's the best example of not a goalie's fault.
Yeah.
That we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that Habs. Let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
What the hell? What? Nobody asked you a question.
That was just me. I was like thinking through. Is there anything? No. Other than
excited. I don't know for the front office future.
I'm cautiously excited about where we might be going.
Okay.
I need to see some more, and from what they said, by the end of December, I will have seen some more in terms of the GM search. I'm curious to see that. And then once that GM hire happens, I'm expecting some further movements to happen.
I think there's going to be some shit.
Yeah, I think a lot of this team is going to get moved out, if I'm being honest.
I think there's going to be some trades.
Parts of it I'm going to like. Parts of it are going to make me very sad. But I think from everything I've heard so far, it sounds like they're moving in an okay direction, which is good. I'm so happy to know the one thing. Actually, no, this will be my last thing about the Habs. Is the one thing, and Nick, you're gonna love this. Is
Oh, hey, okay.
I am very done with Dom Ducharme. I'm very
He says.
done with Dom.
Look
Ducharme.
back. I promise you. Look back at the.
Okay,
It was like right as the playoffs got going, and they were talking about signing him long term. I said, I hope they don't do it because I don't think he's very good.
In fairness, how do you expect me to watch a fucking run to the Cup Finals after the guy had just gotten like control of the team and like a little mini training camp for the first?
I mean, I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Like, I was like, I just watched that. I'm like, all right, he must know something. But then now I'm watching him play Caulfield on the fourth fucking line.
That's
play
rough, man.
A top pairing of Sherratt, fucking Savard, giving Norlinder like 7 minutes while you give Savard 25 last fucking night. Like, I'm just watching all of these things, and I'm like,
bad.
I'm just like, man. And one of the things that they said in the press conference, whatever the day it was, Gordon was like, he'll be here till the end of the year. And I'm like, that does kind of sound like he'll be here till the end of the year, and then,
And then
but
maybe
also
not.
maybe we might need to expedite that a little bit.
Yeah.
You see how that goes. If they keep playing at the pace they're playing at, I would expect that statement will become a lie.
Yes,
I would
that
agree.
is the thing.
I
think
agree.
he was honestly just coming in and being like, "Hey, coach, he's got the go ahead for now." Just
He's here for now. That's what I was like.
Because yeah, that's you don't want to say that just because then it becomes a thing with the coach.
Yeah, throws a bunch of shite in the.
Yeah, so it very well could have just been like a thing he said in his first conference, just to be like, "Hey, we're leaving it there for now," and then obviously, if it gets bad enough, I'm sure anything could change. It's the same as that's why you shouldn't say you're never going to trade a player, because it always depends on what trade offer you get.
Yeah.
But
It's Jeff Gordon. You're in much better hands.
Oh no, I am fully on board with that. Like that's the thing. Like I'm just kind of like, I'm happy about where that is, but also I'm like barely paying attention to any of the games right now because
it's hard. It's hard to
like fuck.
Yeah.
But that's the Habs. How are your Lightning, Mike?
Is this thing on? Okay.
There we go.
I muted. I asked Danielle to go grab me another drink, and she's being very nice and grabbing me one.
Look at that.
She's such a great lady.
So yeah, the Lightning, just a little breaking news, just beat the Flyers.
My goodness.
Actually, they spanked them.
Against Team Canada starting goalie.
Okay. Before I get into the Lightning, Danielle has something she wants to say. Do you want headphones?
Oh, I just want to say thanks for the cookies, Eric.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you like them. Of course.
Eric gave us cookies. I'm gonna eat one. This is Jesus. It's Jesus.
It's a live taste test. Oh, he doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah, all right.
That's a thumbs up. That's a like in my book.
Oh, he doesn't like it. I'm gonna dunk it into my Coors.
Yo, dude, right as you I don't know when this episode comes out, I don't know the outcome. Right as you bit into that cookie, Pajot just scored a power play goal. Thank you, Cookie. Bless
We're
him.
gonna take a time out from talking about our teams because Mike just brought up a topic for debate that we were discussing earlier.
Did I?
He's currently drinking a alcoholic beverage.
Oh yeah. Okay, so a little
by Anheuser-Busch. I believe it's by Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company.
No, this is Molson. This is Molson. Yeah.
They're like,
okay. Regardless,
you can tell it's ice cold because the Blue Mountains.
How would you pronounce the name of that beer?
Coors. Coors Light.
Coors.
I say Coors.
All right. So
I also think it's just because my voice is lower, so like Coors.
I'm gonna be the outlier here. I used to say Coors, and then I started hanging out with you guys, and I say Coors now.
Oh, do both you and Nick say Coors, Mike?
I say Coors.
Coors. It's Coors.
They only Coors.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, guys.
I'm
gonna be honest, boys. Everything that we all just said sounded the exact same to me.
Yep.
The only different is the way I say it. Like if you go hard double O, like I go ooh, so it's Coors.
I feel like we all did that, but whatever. Coors Light.
I don't know. It's like I guess it's like more of a like Coors.
Sponsored.
Like there's like it's almost a Coors. Like Cores, but like
yes.
a little bit of an ooh in it. Coors.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be honest.
It all sounds pretty
That
similar.
conversation
Play it
doesn't
back,
interest me. Back
Tampa
to
Bay.
my bolts, god dang it. But yes,
Alright.
thank you for the cookies.
Yeah, no
So yeah,
problem.
so the Lightning just smoked the Philadelphia Flyers 7-1. 2 goals from Perry, a goal from Taylor Radish, young guy, his second goal of the season. He got his first yesterday against Boston.
What a beauty! What a beauty that was.
That was
dude.
the
What a
first
beauty.
one was nice, and the second one
Yeah.
actually was too. But and then Boris Kachuk tonight with his first goal in the NHL. So we got all sorts of stuff, all sorts of milestones. Tonight being the Bolts' 1,000th franchise win.
Wow.
My goodness.
That tells you they've not been in the league super long. Because I'm sure the Canadians have like
I still think
2,500.
1,000. I think it's in.
It's probably in the. It's probably more than that, but
yeah. That seems high. I mean, it makes sense because they've been good for.
Well, you
a
think
little
about the
while
last
there, but,
couple
that seems
years,
high. They've
yeah.
only been here, been around since like what, mid 90s,
it was 92, I believe.
early 90s. Okay.
Yes, quite pretty early. But yeah, so I mean, there's not much to say. They're doing pretty good, you know. So they had 1, 2, 3. Well, with this game, they had 4 games this week. Excuse me. They lost Tuesday 3-4 in the shootout in St. Louis. Then they beat St. Louis at home 4-2 because they had a weird it was back to back with the same team, but one was there and one was in Tampa.
Oh.
So it's
okay.
kind of like weird that they did that, but whatever. And then they beat Boston in OT. Worst game they've played this season, I would think, other than that first game versus Pittsburgh, because that was god awful.
Oh, that was bad, dude. Yeah,
but
that was bad.
This game against Boston was it was not good. And they still beat him in OT. They got bailed out by Vasi. Thank God he's back there. And then tonight, they win 7-1, still being outshot, which I don't like, but Brian Elliott was in net tonight. Had 1 goal against on 37 shots.
That's really good. That's really good.
So
Ex-Flyer Brian Elliott.
Yeah, I was texting Benny earlier in the week saying, "Hey, we'll give you something nice for Jake Allen to back up Vasi.
Yeah.
We don't need him."
Yeah.
But yeah,
You better
I mean,
knock on wood right now.
Oh,
You
yeah.
better knock on wood right now saying that.
I mean, if they want to give us a nice Matthew Joseph and a pick,
No,
or something like that.
you step off. Listen, I said it. I said it so many weeks ago, and I've been saying it. That dude's been coming on. He's been having an awesome year so far.
Trade Sergachev
No,
for Nick Suzuki.
no. I like Suzuki, but no.
Ben's face just went right when you said that.
No,
That's
I
like- that's
actually
like-
wouldn't want.
Yeah, that's
I
like
want
not a good
Habs.
trade for either
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, you're just making more problems for yourself for both teams.
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. They're doing their thing, and I would like to point out that it's everybody else should be fucking terrified because they're doing this without Cooch and Point.
Oh yeah.
So
I had them as first. This all makes sense to me. They're gonna
So
come back around.
eat some dick.
And the Panthers are still gonna
Good
somehow
cookies.
miss the playoffs.
Yeah, Ben. If your friggin' things end up right, I'm gonna be so sad. I'll be like,
I love
what in the
boys, but
hell?
There's no way the Habs are making the play.
No, there's a way, but it's hey, listen, you got Jeff Gorton now. What if he makes some crazy trades and they work out?
I mean,
You never know.
hey,
You never know.
it's hockey, so you do never know. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But yeah, and Corey Perry had 2 goals tonight, so
good for Corey.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's scoring his goals finally.
he is, dude. He's got like I think that makes it 5 in the last 5.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah, he's doing
Not bad.
he's doing good things. And Joseph got a goal. Carter Hart looks quite bad.
That's
Yeah.
dude. You said
It was
5
five-
goals on 13
It
shots.
was actually 14. They just hadn't updated it yet. But 5 goals on 14 shots. That is like comically bad.
That's real bad. Yeah.
That's Carter Hart of last year.
Yes. And also, so I want to talk. We're not going to do it now, But in the future, maybe next week, we're gonna talk about the Olympics again.
Mhm.
Because I think, because obviously Canada's a powerhouse, whatever. They aren't
Don't have a goalie.
ridiculously strong on the back end on either. We're not going to do it now. Actually, no, I just brought that up. So make a rebuttal if you have a rebuttal. But
Are you talking about both on D and in goal?
I am.
I honestly don't know enough about their D situation. I haven't looked into that much.
Neither do
I am really confused as to what the thing is. It wouldn't shock me at this point if they do bring Carey Price in to play goal, as long as he gets like at least some. I don't even know where he's at in terms of playing or whatever. Which whatever happened, whatever the timelines, whatever. But like, I also just don't know. But I'm looking at whatever options Canada has, and I'm like,
It's not
Fleury.
good. It's really
Fleury
not that
hasn't
good.
been good. Carter Hart, not been good.
At least if you look at like this season's performance, they're kind of shite.
like, which brings me back to, I think they're honestly gonna bring Price.
They might have to, dude.
And like, he's built up enough of a reputation both with Hockey Canada and then just in last playoffs to being like, hey, when he's called upon and needs to do something, he'll do something. But I don't know. It's not ideal because like there's not
Like,
because having said that, he still hasn't played all season and don't know when he's gonna play. And then you look at Carter Hart. He's had moments with Philadelphia this year, but then like you said tonight is
as of right now,
Canadian or is he American?
He's Canadian, and I was gonna say, as of right now, the best choice I think Team Canada has
Might be Jordan
is Jordan Binnington, which he's been doing okay.
Itself.
He's been doing okay this year, but like you put that up against Jets Hellebuck. Jesus, I couldn't think of his name. You put that up against him, who hasn't been doing great either. But
the one thing about Canada though is the fucking forward lines might make it not matter. You don't have to worry about it. Might make it not matter. Like,
but think about, okay, so they have nutty forwards, yes, but think about like Russia, like Team Russia. Vasi between the pipes. You've got Kuch, Ovechkin up front. If he decides to go, I'm sure he will.
Russia might have its like first really good chance in a while.
I think this is going to be,
I'm saying that as they just won the gold medal at the last one, but we all kind of collectively are like, hey, yeah, that was.
Oh, like you're talking about the KHL pros versus college kids? Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. So in terms of first real chance they've had in a like full NHL Olympics, I wouldn't shock me if Russia does well.
Bring Datsuk back.
I don't think they're gonna have Panarin on that team though.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I don't know.
Politically,
political
issues.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hopefully not. That would be stupid.
It wouldn't shock me, if he doesn't get named though.
Like, hey, we're not gonna have this extremely talented guy play on our team because he doesn't like our government.
Yeah,
you fucking assholes.
Looks like,
I'm pretty sure that there's going to be USA players.
Oh, Kaprizov! I forgot about him.
Yep.
Dude, Russia, I think, could be one of the better teams in the friggin' tournament.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick. What were you saying?
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're fine. It's no big deal. I was just saying that you were talking about how he's anti-Russian government, right? And I was like, pretty sure that you're going to have some American players on the team that are anti-American government as well. So,
I mean, it's also just it's something that shouldn't be brought into account in terms of.
Yeah, but the difference is here in the U.S. you're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
In Russia, you may end up in trouble.
Russia, like a van full of guys in suits might come find you.
AGB is going to come get you.
Yep, Putin's private army. PPA.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is what I want to do, boys. I want to talk about next week, unless something big happens. Olympics is what we're going to talk about.
Olympics talk.
Yep. And and I'll text you guys and we'll get it figured out. But I want each of us to do like a little lineup: 4 forward lines, 3 D lines, and maybe 2 goalies. And we'll each pick a country.
Ooh.
Yep.
Can I have the obvious one?
Ben, you can have Canada. if that's what you mean. And
Mike,
then
you're getting the U.S.
I get the U.S.
You or Nick are getting the U.S. Nick, which one do you want?
I don't care. I'll do Russia. Unless somebody else wants that. Oh,
I'm doing
shit.
Sweden.
Oh, shit. Okay.
unless you want
I'll do our United States of America.
All right, Nick's taking the U.S. Okay, I'll do Russia.
You'll do those commie bastards.
I'll do those commie sons of bitches.
I don't know which one. I have a
You're
lot of
telling
choices.
me that I actually have to put a little research into the episode.
Yes, that's right. Not just
You
me has to do all the
motherfucker.
work before the episode this time, you sons of bees.
Hey, my work before the episode is like 3 to 4 hours a day on Twitter. Okay,
You know what? That's a
Calm
good
down.
point. That's a good point. You're gonna have to put an extra hour into making a lineup. Okay, so that's the plan for next week. Look forward to that. It's gonna be good.
And could we take a break right now?
All right,
'Cause I
PP
have
break.
to-
I might do China. China's a team, guys.
That is a lot more work than you.
Yeah,
need
I-
to
That would
do
be
guess.
so much work, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I would do it if it wasn't finals weeks.
Props
Oh,
to you,
yeah.
because I wouldn't do that ever.
I know. me
Oh, that'd be
neither.
fun. I learn a lot about hockey in China. That'd be kind of cool.
That's true. All right, we
I
ready?
think from what I remember, they are basically just taking the entire team of Kunlun Red Star and using that. It's like the one Chinese KHL team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe they'll be better than we thought.
I mean, what else would you do if you were them?
What
They
they've
don't
been
have any other
saying,
talent.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to them, but it's not like they've got any US.
Although, like, it's been widely talked about whether or not the IOC might pull the plug on them having a team because of worries about competitiveness.
Yeah, they're gonna get
like-
fucking their shit packed.
Like, they are in the same pool as the US and Canada, if I remember correctly.
Oh
so, like,
no, that's mean.
Yeah.
That's fucking mean.
That's two of the top 5 teams that are
Yeah.
gonna play in the whole thing.
It's
Two of the top
probably-
fucking 3.
realistically, it's like it's at least 2 of the top 3,
Yeah.
if not just the top 2.
All right, guys, I got them right here. Group A: Canada, the U.S., Germany, and China.
Oh my god, that is
Germany's not even that bad. either.
Germany's probably like
the only
within the
way.
top 6.
The only way they make that shit meaner is if they put Russia in there instead of
Yeah,
Germany.
like,
That's the
throw
only way it's
Russia or
more mean,
There too, instead of
That would have been fucking funny though.
dude.
yeah.
Oh my
US,
god.
Canada,
Imagine
Sweden,
You have all
China.
those 3 teams that or all 4 of those teams, and those 3 teams basically are just playing like, half-ass exhibition games, and they're still pounding the shit out of
Yeah,
them.
that'd be bad.
Yeah,
That'd be bad.
that would
All
not
right.
be great.
All right, so we're back now. Obviously, you just heard us speaking about how bad China's gonna get owned.
Railed.
Not gonna be great. I don't think.
We think it's gonna be bad,
But yeah,
but anyway, it's not bad. A nice 8x8 contract for young Jack Hughes. Not even 21 yet. Can't even drink in the U.S.
Is he hurt?
saw that.
He is
He had
back.
just come back, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, when
So
he,
how
like-
would he warrant that contract? He's played 1 season?
they really
seasons?
fucking believe in him and want to
Yes.
get him locked up before it becomes too expensive.
Yes.
Yep.
That's
So-
the only.
so the-
which I mean, hey, if you do, I guess go for it. But like, I don't know. That seems.
I think that this is either
I
going to
don't know enough
be.
about Jack Hughes.
This is either he's good. Obviously, he's very good.
He's really
The issue here, this contract is either going to be very good or very bad, and it all hinges on his health. I think because when he's healthy, he's fucking good. When he's unhealthy, obviously he's not playing. So I think that's
Yeah.
really.
I
Where,
don't think you're going to have. I could eat my words on this, but you're talking about a kid who's 4 years younger than us. So if you think back to
5
like
younger
where
than
we-
you, old man. Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy
Fuck
birthday,
you.
dude. All right.
anyway, think about it. Like, think about back to how when we were 20, and it's like your body can handle. And I mean, we can't put ourselves onto that spectrum that he's at, but like our bodies can handle significantly more than you can as you get older.
Yeah.
Like you say, old man, I have my own issues that I deal with every day, but like at 20, I didn't. So
No, yeah, and especially, and I see what you're saying, and especially with professional athletes, they have
So
a
even-
whole they're like that much tougher just because of the way they've grown up.
For him though,
he's 20, so it could be bad. Yes, it could be bad for the team, but he's going to be also 28 by the time he's done. So like your expectation is that he's going to progressively get exponentially better by the time he's 28, and then $8 million is basically underpaying him, just like how Nate McKinnon's underpaid right now. So
with right now I'm looking at the stats. He's at 56 points in 122 games played. It's just shy of a half a point a game, but that is just shy of half a point a game as a very young player who's been playing on a pretty bad team and dealing with injuries for a little bit. And I think if they believe in his potential, and like he seems like shouldn't be any reason to not to. I see every way it could turn into a really good contract, but like there's not no risk there. There's some risk. Like
I mean, there's always risk,
Yes, but I think it's in the end probably going to be okay.
I agree.
My hot take on that.
I agree too. Well, I'm going to jump right in. Yeah, I think Hughes, he's especially. It was kind of a bummer seeing how hot he started this season, and then he got injured. Now he's going to come back, and I hope he can keep it going. It's just exciting too to see like a good American player. I know everyone talks about Matthews and Kane, but like there are so many other good American players.
Oh yeah,
Jack Hughes is one of them. So
pool is getting built out a little bit lately.
Yeah,
USA. Oh, also, what about Stamkos, dude? He's gonna make Team Canada.
Yeah, good.
Probably, yeah.
Booyah!
He's gonna captain it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but.
He's going to captain it, I say.
Leadership,
and every person on Team Canada is just a captain anyway.
Leadership, dude. 2 back-to-back Stanley Cups.
Fuck, they usually have like 4 to 5 NHL captains on everyone.
They really do, They really do. But so Jack Hughes, congratulations on your big contract. You better start killing it for Team USA soon.
We're only a little bit jealous because we're older than you and you make
I'm a lot jealous.
way
I'm
more
very
money
jealous.
than us.
I would love to make that.
Guys, speaking of captains, real quick, Jack Eichel is skating. I don't know if you saw the video.
Yes, he is.
Look at that.
And he's
Jack
on my
Eichel
IR.
is skating. And I was just this just real quick. This is kind of random, but I was just thinking, like Vegas, Pacioretty was a captain. Eichel was a captain. Pietrangelo was a captain.
Stone was a non-designated captain,
but
he wasn't.
That's insane.
He should have been, but he wasn't.
That's insane.
There are a lot of captains there.
Where are they at?
I think they're still sort of not in the best spot, but
they'll
be okay.
Technically tied. They're tied in points for a wild card, but have played 2 more games than Colorado.
All right,
so they're fine. They had a shaky start, but they seem to have established themselves.
I think they are having a back end issue too, because I know Alec Martinez was out for a considerable chunk of time.
Yeah, they've been dealing with injuries a lot this year because they had Patch out for a while. They had Mark Stone out for a while. Back end, I don't know so much about because I haven't paid that much attention to them recently, but
they'll be fine.
I think they'll probably be fine.
They'll be fine.
It would shock me if Vegas doesn't get in a playoff spot in the Pacific.
I haven't heard. Sorry. Go, Nick. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
They aren't a Pacific team anymore. Whenever we talk about Vegas and Colorado, I think of like how the league was set up last year. But because I was going to say that the Stars have been on a pretty good run as of late, but
they rebounded for sure from where they were because they did not start well.
No.
But
so I don't know.
I saw has been kind of going on.
He's been playing.
Brian
says he's been playing really good.
Robertson's been doing okay too.
I'll plug your fucking Stars this week for you.
Does Brian listen?
I don't know. Maybe sometimes.
Leave a comment if you listen, Brian. We love you.
I don't know if you guys anyone knows this, but does anyone know the timetable for Eichel's return? Because I know he's skating, but obviously
last I heard, it was supposed. Yeah, I think it's going to be probably a little while before you in games. You mean like game,
like playing in games?
Yeah.
The original
February.
The original timetable was what you said, 3 to 5 months, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's skating now, so that would be another 2 months, I think, ish.
Yeah.
So he's skating now. So a 2 month, if into that, like 2 months would bring us to the 3 month mark.
Yeah.
So
like,
it'd be pretty quick.
I think Olympics is pretty doubtful for him.
Yeah, that's that.
And like,
that's what I
would
was
he
gonna-
be able to really even
And
contribute?
even then, like, even if he was ready for the Olympics, like if it would just be like he had just become healthy enough to be playing in games, it's not really where you want him to be. Like immediately be like, yes, second line center in the Olympics.
Yes,
Jack Eichel.
Yeah,
behind Austin Matthews.
Oh yeah, I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
that'd be.
Except he won't. It won't be. Who would be the
probably
second
be
line?
Dylan Larkin behind Austin Matthews.
Okay,
which is a bit of a downgrade, but he's still a really good player.
Well, and he's had a good year. He's had a good year so far.
He has. Well,
cool.
gentlemen, shit, I was gonna bring something up. Oh, Seattle boys.
What's Seattle doing?
Seattle, they're on a hot streak.
is on a heater, a bit of
Let's
a heater.
go.
Oh yeah,
5-4-1 in their last 10. I saw a stat the other day. I forget what it was, but it was, I think it was like a half a month or like 10 days or something, and they were the hottest team other than like the Capitals or something. Like they had the best record. I forget what it was. I should have taken a screenshot of it and remembered it, but yeah, they're hot. They seem to be doing okay, which I'm very glad to see because
they just beat Edmonton the other night.
They did. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Granted, Edmonton had a lot of defensemen out, apparently, allegedly.
I think Nurse is hurt.
Nurse has been hurt for a while, and
for a while.
Nurse is their defense, so I don't know what you really want.
I'm pretty sure.
There's been big talk. They've been looking at Sherratt, and I've been like, ooh.
Well, they still don't have Clefbaum.
We'll take McDavid.
It's unfortunate, but if they had Clefbaum on that team, it's almost like, okay, they're gonna do considerably better than they've ever been because they have more pieces than they ever had. But like,
here's the question.
Yeah.
What if they're like, listen, we'll take Sherratt, or we want Sherratt. We'll give you RNH. Is that something you like?
Run as soon as possible. Like, yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously a 1-for-1, a 1-for-1. That's kind of OP.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wouldn't happen. It'd be Sherratt and a pick. Yeah. Would you do that, or would you be like, I kind of want my picks? We got Jeff Gordon.
They have a lot of picks in this draft already. From what I remember, you can bring up Cap Friendly, but I'm pretty certain they're already pretty loaded. Yeah, no, I would do that 10,000 times over.
They do have quite a few picks.
So,
and also
guys,
Ben Sherratt can. I mean, like he's got a whole big bunch of goals this year, and everybody's talking about that. And I'm like, that's great. But I am so fucking. Well, actually, I'm not as worried now. I was petrified when Mark Bergevin was still here that he was going to get an extension. But now I'm less so.
Mike, I don't know if you.
What do their picks look like right now?
Oh, shit. I'm curious. Well, I fucking just closed it.
Look in recent history, closed tabs, whatever.
So, Mike, while you do that, okay. I want to look for something real quick because we were talking about Seattle and we kind of got off track. Seattle beat
us off track
in their past. In their past, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In their past 7 games, the teams they beat Washington 5-2, Carolina 2-1, Florida 4-1.
Okay, we're talking.
And Edmonton 4-3.
We're talking about 4 of the top. That's 4 of the top. You're looking at it very conservatively. 4 of the top 8.
I know Edmonton's been like kind of slumping a bit lately, from what I remember, but yeah, they're still good.
So they've gone on a heater against really the league's best teams.
Okay, Seattle.
Come on, Seattle.
The only games they've lost, they lost 3-0 to Tampa because of
yeah. I know something about losing to Tampa.
The league's best team.
Same here. And then Detroit, they lost in a shootout, but that's
Detroit is no slouch either, dude.
Detroit's been doing stuff this year, although I think like almost half of the Habs wins have been against Detroit.
Oh dear.
Or like a third maybe. I think they're at 6 wins and they've won 2 against Detroit.
Yeah. Well, all right. So here's what the Habs picks looks like. They've got Carolina's first this year. Excuse me, off of the.
So that'll be
off of the.
That one is probably just displaying as that. That's kind of the one weird one where it was with Arizona. Whatever one ends up being better, the Habs. It's the one where like they traded them a conditional first for Dvorak. It depends on if the Habs finish worse.
I see.
Or if Carolina finished worse, which the Habs are going to finish worse. The Habs will get to keep their pick. Carolina's goes to Arizona.
Okay.
But after that,
this year, they've got their own second. They've got their third, the Ducks' third, and Carolina's third. That might have some. I know that's not.
That was from the Kotkaniemi offer sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Then they've got their fourth, Tampa's fourth, their fifth, their sixth, and then their seventh, and the Blues' seventh as well.
Goddamn.
So they got quite a few picks this year.
So they'll be wanting to kind of like, because actually the draft's going to be in Montreal this year, which would be really cool
if they had the first one. That'd be cool.
Draft the first in Montreal. But like they're gonna get Jeff and whoever he hires is gonna get their crack at kind of taking a whole draft and reshaping a team and how they want to move forward.
Yeah.
But there's definitely enough there where you could throw a second or a third to somebody based on what you just said. They got two or three of each, right?
They got 3 thirds, 2 and 1 second. They have just 1 second and 3
only
thirds.
1 second. Okay,
yeah.
3
and then
thirds.
2 fourths.
So Sherratt and a third for somebody.
Anybody?
Maybe.
Hello.
Hello. Somebody would give you something stupid.
Someone
for that,
will bite. Someone will bite.
NHL and how many minutes he had in the fucking playoffs last year.
Well, that's what they said on Steve Dangle. They were like they'd be getting him for the playoffs when the playoffs roll around.
Yeah.
So maybe it might be longer. It might be until the draft or the trade deadline. Jesus.
I expect the Habs trade deadline is going to be interesting this year.
We'll have a lot to talk about.
That's a day I definitely got circled on my calendar because I'm very curious to see what gets prioritized, and what gets dealt off, what gets brought back. Like, that's gonna be a big day. It's gonna be a big day.
Yep,
could be interesting for the Isles too.
Oh. Could be interesting for the Lightning.
I think that's going to be a very minor day for the Isles. I think if they're still in a spot where like they had just dug themselves too big a hole, I think it's just going to be a matter of whoever's expiring, whoever's like an easy, just kind of like chip them off for a pick kind of like thing. That I expect that stuff to happen, but I don't think anything crazy to happen there.
Yeah,
I'm just I'm just snowballing here.
All right, boys.
Eric, you've had too many good years lately. You don't know what to do.
You don't know how to do this, man.
No, he knows how to do it. He's just got to tap back into his younger self.
Dude, Mike Milbury lend my franchise at one point. Dude, the Islanders sold their franchise to like a guy who like didn't actually have any money.
I remember that, dude. That's so funny.
That was quite a thing.
Yeah. And he was like,
the Islanders
but for a few weeks, I owned the Islanders.
Yeah. Great,
that's
man.
So funny, man.
Great.
He's like, I knew it wouldn't last. I knew it wouldn't last, but I fucking owned him for a couple weeks. That's so funny to me.
Yeah.
It's funny now, but
back then I'm sure it was bad. All right, boys. So I was super excited going into this season because for the first time in franchise history, the Tampa Bay Lightning were going to play outdoors.
They're going to look good outdoors.
And the Bolts are going to look so good.
I saw you. What did you get a player on the back of that jersey?
I got Hetty on the back.
Oh,
I don't have
solid
Hedman.
Jersey.
I don't have
solid
Hedman
jersey.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, because I only have Stamkos on the back of that Fanatics one, and I was like, I got to get some more players, and I was like, it's Hedman.
Sammer's the only player you have, eh?
Yes.
I am going back to my no current players rule after the Kotkaniemi situation.
It's probably a good plan.
Well, actually, now they have stable management, so I don't know.
Yeah, see, I don't
know. I'm going to give it a couple years, though, because I feel like the next few are going to be... But anyway, the Tampa jersey.
Oh, man. I'm going to put a picture up. This picture has both of them. Both jerseys.
The Tampa jersey is so nice.
In a jersey off, the Tampa one wins for me obviously because I am a Bolts fan, but also just because it's, in my opinion, it's better.
It's just so nice.
In my opinion, it's much better.
It is pretty swaggy.
The white, I love white. It's so clean. Oh. It's a word mark, but it's nice. Like
yeah, the accenting is cool. I like how the bottom of the jersey is essentially a big lightning bolt, kind of like used as part of the jersey. That's really cool.
I like that too.
The font is awesome, and I like the silvery outline. I love the patch on the shoulder, super cool. And honestly, like one of my I mean, I don't know, Mike, because like you remember the old black alternates that said Bolts? I know we've talked about them before. I thought those were pretty clean jerseys.
I thought
every Bolts jersey has been good.
Has been pretty
good
good.
With the Bolts writing
version, I think.
Yeah, I have actually here. One second, you guys
have the
talk about it. Talk about it.
But yeah, no, like I love a good white jersey, which is a problem for me because I tend to buy them and then stain them to holy hell. But I've liked pretty much every Bolts, like the diagonal Bolts jersey they've had, and it's so clean.
I have this one, which was the original. So
that was the
when they wore.
That's nice.
When they wore this one, a little pop quiz. Who was the captain?
Andrew Chuck.
Oh no.
Oh, it's wait now. Okay, I'm.
No, he was
again.
gone.
Sorry, I was looking down on my phone. My apologies.
It would have been Le Cavalier or Saint Louis. I'm thinking.
It was both.
Oh yeah.
It was both.
It was Vinny for a little bit, and then I think he left or was traded, and then it was St. Louis right after him.
St. Louis.
Okay, so I was right.
Yep, you're right. But yeah, dude, they're just nice. They just look good.
I love again. It's a nice nod to those old school jerseys with the diagonal text, which I super love. Super love.
And also, so there's actually one thing that I am maybe not going to be a fan of. I can't tell yet. I'm gonna have to wait until I actually see them or get mine. That you were talking about the blue bolt, the big ass like little mark on the bottom.
I could do with that being a little smaller.
Could be a little smaller, and it doesn't, and it's not on the back. So it's like a big blue on the front, and then it's white at the bottom on the back.
Oh, it should have been wrapped around the whole thing.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But it's still, I'm still gonna wear that shit all the time, dude.
Oh well, yeah. It's still overall very nice.
And also the little part I like is at the with the word mark, the B has a little extra lightning coming out, and then the S has a little extra coming out, so it's like it makes the bolt. It's fucking sweet.
It's nice,
but
I do like. Then we
on
have
the other side, fighting out of the yellow corner.
See, I didn't like this one from the beginning.
There are elements that are good. I want to hear Eric, because Eric is Eric's the pro on this one. Like he well, you're the main defender on this podcast.
Pro is in pro v con.
Yeah. So like, all right, here's the thing. I look at it now. All right. The concept as a whole, taking a jersey for a Stadium Series game, doing a cool, bold design, like a design that involves text and like a patch in the middle. Yes, because hockey jerseys for the past like 7 bajillion years are stupid stripes on the side with some stupid fonts in the middle. I'm not saying it looks bad all the time, but like nothing exciting has happened. Like Nashville like went for it. Like they went for it, and I respect them for that. I also really like that it's navy with yellow. I like that.
Okay.
I think I like a navy Nashville jersey.
Where
Everything
are they playing?
Is bright yellow. In Nashville.
In Nashville, yeah.
What's the stadium?
I don't know.
Nashville.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay.
But what about this jersey, Eric?
Okay, so I liked that, but I look at the text and the letters are different sizes.
Every damn one of them are different.
Every damn one.
they're
and the way the patch is implemented, I just think it's a little too big, or it just maybe the coloring, it just doesn't sit right, and I'm like, you had so much potential here.
Why are the blue letters going outside of the yellow?
Why? Yes.
Why are they sticking onto the blue part of the jersey?
It's all these little things.
And why does it kind of look like the C touches the yellow a little? Like, why is there so many things that I'm just like? And then if you look at the promotional art on the back, the 2s are different sizes.
No.
So
Yes.
No. No.
I'm almost
Yes.
positive they
Yes.
are.
Yes.
No
I'm
way.
almost positive they are.
Let me look at
And
this.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Why?
Damn,
just so many
look at
different
that.
whys.
I just found like a mock jersey, like a
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
there was like 20 I saw on Twitter that were
the
better.
Nashville
Similar to
one
the
is
New Jersey
sick.
one. Yeah.
And so I just want to say, speaking of that, I believe
They
somebody
are different.
on yeah.
It's so
Why?
bad. It's so bad.
No, why?
I think they said it on STP as well, where it was like supposed to be kind of evocative of like a music concert poster where like the letters are kind of crazy and whatever. But it looks terrible.
All it's gonna do
on
is
a jersey.
Okay,
piss off
okay.
people with OCD.
I have something to say about this jersey. I saw this mock-up, and do you know like there's a bunch of like bars and saloons and crap? It's Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Where the letters, or sorry, the lettering around or the outline of the numbers and the letters was like neon, like the neon signs you see out. That's freaking cool.
That could be
like,
cool.
And this is here's the thing, right? So they tried to integrate the name Smashville. I like the fans call it Smashville, make it fun.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
then they just didn't take any other cool elements that they could have taken to make an awesome jersey.
They were like,
And
let's be as unnecessarily weird with this okay concept. And
oh yeah,
it's just,
dude. And looking at it now, inside the pick, at the bottom, there's the NP, but it's fucking the same color.
Yep.
So you can't see it. I didn't even know that was there.
In terms of like on TV and then like also viewing from within the stadium, everything about the middle of that Smashville jersey is going to be entirely unintelligible.
Yeah,
like
that's very
like,
true.
It's just going to be a big blue blob.
Yeah.
Like the Bolts one is just a nice like clean.
It's just
white,
there's nothing around it but white.
Text. Like it's so
Nick,
simple and nice.
Honest thoughts on the Nashville one.
I talked with Mike about it a little bit. I thought it was cool, and you originally glance at it, but then when you said it bothers people with OCD, yes, I agree.
Yep.
The crampedness of the letters, and I thought it might have been a play on words when I had originally looked at it because it says Smashville, so they're smashing the letters into a small space.
But they didn't.
I thought it kind of metaphorically was going along with that, but then you change the fucking font size on them. Like, if you're gonna do that, keep it the same.
Like there's proportions that would stay the
chop
same.
the sides off it, or
the worst part is the two entirely different S's. Like
one's a fat S and one's like a skinny smushed one that's getting cut off on one spot.
It's literally when it's the fucking John Mulaney joke. It's like when you start to do the happy birthday sign on a piece of paper and you make the letters way too big at the beginning, and then you're like, oh, okay, little p.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
Guys, I just sent you, and I want to give this person credit. Their Twitter handle is Dave in parentheses Sport Mode.
All right, Dave
on
Sport
Twitter.
Mode. That will be on the screen right now.
At Hockey and
oh, that is 10,000 times better.
They did a cool mock-up with like cool. How great does that look?
That
like
is 10,000 times better.
Like it's fun.
That's
it's
cool.
So much fun.
That's really cool.
If you're gonna go for something fun, go for something like fucking send it. And like this is the one game to send it on. Like it's like the one because it's just a one game.
It's
thing
a one-off.
an outdoor game. Like do something fucking cool. Like
try something.
This mock-up with the cool like neon yellow on the outside, that saloon like style font, and then like the colors, the patch on the shoulder, how it's navy but it has some cool yellow and different shades of blue element. Like come on.
Everything about the last few jersey releases we've been talking about has told me nothing other than NHL teams should just go to Twitter and hire a bunch of people.
Seriously, man.
Every concept artwork I've seen has been like so much better than anything I've seen like professionally paid designers to put out for teams. I'm just like, do any of this.
You could pay
any of these like 3 to 4 options that are better on Twitter.
They could pay less. They could pay these guys less than what they're paying for the current concept people.
Yeah,
They'd be like,
or
you want
just pay them the same
or
because
the
they're
same.
better.
Yeah. Well, I say that, but like,
yes, but
obviously
you're
you're
saying
gonna
why they would actually maybe want to do it. Yeah,
yeah. Obviously, they're going to end up paying less because it's a random
Yeah.
person on Twitter as opposed to a
like some designer
some
or whatever.
design
But
firm.
like the amount of better concepts I've seen on Twitter for jerseys recently has been insane.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, you guys want to move on? We can move on real quick.
Yeah, it felt good to get that out of my
Oh,
system.
yeah.
That was nice.
It's good regurgitation. Yes.
Yeah, regurgitation. Exactly.
All right. So Pittsburgh got their third jersey. I think there's something like 3 or 4 teams or something that don't have a third jersy
The Habs
right
still
now.
don't.
The Habs don't. I don't believe the Leafs do. They have the reverse
don't
retro, but
Think there nobody's really using. I haven't seen a team use a reverse retro this year yet, so
No.
I don't think anybody's keeping it. I don't think the Rangers have a third.
yeah, that doesn't sound familiar either. But
I
so
know
there's
the Leafs don't.
yeah, there's
Or
a good
they
few.
might count. They still have their St. Pat's. I don't know if
They
they're
might
going to use
still have
it
those.
for that, but
There's a good few that don't have third jerseys, and Pittsburgh is now jumping in to the fray.
it's literally their '90s home
Yeah.
jersey, or it would have been their away.
Would have been
maybe
the
at
away
that-
back then.
but the black
It's
Pittsburgh.
the
I
black
have one.
diagonal
Awesome.
word mark. I'll go grab
That-
it. Go grab it so we know.
It's a nice jersey.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
wrote.
give him-
I
Gotta
wrote.
give him 5 minutes because he's got so many in his
Yeah,
closet.
he's got to sort through 'em. I wrote it down. I said, really nice. Looked good back then. Looks good now.
Yeah, it's just clean. It's simple.
Very, very nice jersey. Oh, here we go. There you go.
Look at that.
It's like that.
But the Adidas template.
Adidas template, and I believe they may have swapped the fonts. They may have
No,
a.
I think they kept them. From
do
what
they?
I remember seeing, like, because I was like, oh, they really did just kind of keep it like the '90s. Like, I'm fairly certain they kept the font.
Oh shit! Yeah, they did.
But yeah, that jersey.
Yeah, they did. Never mind. Same font. Or typeface, I should say. All my design people watching. It's a typeface, not a font. My apologies.
Google
But yeah,
or
good jersey.
Microsoft Word calls it a font.
Well, Microsoft Word, whenever I try and sign in to anything with Microsoft, they tell me I don't know my password, even though I clearly do.
Yeah, I don't like most Microsoft things.
So they can eat me. Dude,
Google Drive
Microsoft,
all the way. Google
Microsoft
Docs.
of like software companies, Microsoft has pissed me off the most.
Yeah.
Every time
that's
I try and do something on any of that
Yeah.
stuff,
not great either.
oh yeah. Anytime I try to do anything on Microsoft things, I get pissed off. But this isn't about my rage at Microsoft.
This is about the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Who's got thoughts? Yeah, who's got thoughts?
I mean,
I
it
already
was
said
good in the
mine.
'90s. It's still good.
Yeah.
You had your headphones off. I literally said, I wrote it down. I said, looked good back then, looks good now.
Do they still use the powder blue jerseys at all?
Oh, I
No,
loved
I wish
that,
they
dude.
did,
I
but
loved
no.
that.
What I would have preferred.
I do like
From
their
that
powder
from
blue.
that first Winter Classic, dude. I love that jersey so much.
Guys, hold on one sec though. If Seattle is smart, what they will do is they will make their own cool little seafoam blue kind of alternate jersey, like that Pittsburgh jersey. That would be
They
dope.
already have it. They already have that light teal color.
Yep.
It's their logo color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
nice.
can
So
just
nice.
invert some shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Or no, they got to use the anchor. Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
They got to
yeah,
use that
that
anchor
is
for the
the
third
main
Such a
jersey.
logo.
clean
Yeah.
logo. Such a clean
I love
logo.
Yeah.
that with this with the
Space
needle, the space needle,
needle,
going
yeah.
up through it. Oh, it's so good, dude.
That is their primary logo.
That-
Nice pale
Yep.
like seafoam blue. Is that what
Yep.
you said there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be sweet, dude. So yeah, Pittsburgh jersey looks pretty sweet. No one here is gonna buy it though, right?
I have it.
True that,
Ben's already got it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't need the Adidas version.
I didn't
Nobody
think
cares
so.
about Schittsburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck him.
It is a very nice jersey.
It
though.
is,
Like
yes.
I don't blame them for bringing it back.
And that's
It
why
is.
we're not a credible source of information with everybody, because we have major bias.
Major
opinions.
biases. Yeah.
Everyone's got bias. God damn it.
Well, yeah.
It's just it's you know what? It's the ones who hide the bias that you got to watch out for.
Yeah, like everybody else out there. Don't be listening to Steve Dangle. Don't be listening to the 21
They don't
Thoughts,
really hide their
22
bias
Thoughts.
either, to be honest.
Come listen to us. We
listen
openly express our bias against teams in the leagues.
Listen, you know who we hate, and it's everybody but our teams.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's hard.
No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, nice jersey. I'm sure it'll look real nice on the ice. All right, boys. We got two more things. We got a little quick update for the fifth line, the fantasy league.
Mm-hmm.
I say quick because fuck all has changed. Actually, I jumped from fourth to third. I'm in third now.
So this is where the top stands right now. Danielle's about 200 points ahead of me.
242. I looked.
I'm about 200 points ahead of you.
Yeah.
She's comfortably in first. I'm comfortably in second.
And me and Nick are battling.
And then
Still keeping myself in competition for fifth.
The fifth spot is considerably lower than you.
Yeah.
There's
and then Ben,
150 to 200 point
I'm
gap.
in last.
Ben is down bad, boys.
It's not great. It's really not. I forgot to set my lineup a couple times last week.
Oh, that's not gonna help.
This was
Not an
my
excuse.
Well, it was my first week without Joey. He left work at the press.
Oh, yep.
So I've been a little busy.
Busy man.
So I forgot a couple days, so that didn't help things.
You know, you can preset your week right now, you can go ahead and set next week's too.
I should do that.
So you know what we could do, Ben? Every single Sunday, right now, set your lineup. Do active players, start active players all the way through the week. Boom. Then next podcast, I'll yell at you again. Set your lineup.
I'm gonna go to tomorrow and then start active players, and then rest of week start. Okay, and then I'm gonna go check through real quick, make sure I don't want to make any adjustments. But
the only thing you need to watch out for
I do that on the day of. I usually take a look. But yeah, so it's Danielle's even more comfortably in the lead than before. Her team is OP. Drafting first definitely helped.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Drafting second didn't help.
Yeah.
Drafting.
I'll get there.
So this is okay. So my dad pointed this out, and I kind of knew as I was setting it up. I was like, this may not be that fair. So it's not. I set it up to be the way that the normal NHL drafts, but because in normal NHL you keep all the players you have, it's not as big a deal where you draft. Obviously, in this we started over. So what I think I'm gonna do is next season it's just gonna be random. I'm gonna be hands off. It's gonna be a random snake draft.
Yeah, that might be.
I'm
gonna be hands.
No, this is a snake.
This is what I want to do. I want to do hands off random snake draft, and then the season after that, I'm gonna do what I did this season, but I'm gonna give everybody one keeper player per position. So you'll keep whoever's on your roster at the end of the year, you can be like, all right,
Is there a way to keep your entire roster? Because I feel like that would be an even more fun wrinkle.
No, you got to have a new team. If you don't have a new team, then
also because it also depends on like some people stay, some people go. So yeah.
All that and like injuries and shit like that too. Yeah. Like we don't have a fucking ability to have 50-man rosters.
Well,
but I don't. We get one keeper at each position.
I would say like one center, one left wing, one right wing. One D and one goalie. That's what I'm thinking. So you keep four. You'll get four keeper players, so you can keep your four best people, and then, and then
5. One center, one of each wing.
Yes, that's what I meant. 5. So you keep your best player at each position, and then we'll go whoever won drafts last, whoever got second drafts second to last, and then go like that.
Okay.
So it makes it a little bit more fair.
That could be fun.
But yeah, so that was my thoughts, but. Obviously that's
I just want
a long ass
not
time away.
You last for once.
Just start, dude. You're not that far back from Cody, are you?
I'm not. No, like I am entirely within reach of. I'm gonna say as high up as 5th because I'm at 259 right now. 5th place is, or I'm at 2,059. 5th place is 2241.
Oh yeah.
That's about as that's my goal right now is catching Sonya's nice team. Yeah.
And I think you can. But we're gonna move on to the final thing. And this is a story about a lone mouse.
Alone
in the
now.
house.
In the house. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so I woke up. So I
Oh,
woke. So this is. I haven't told anybody this, but I woke up very early in the morning with a full bladder.
A full bladder. I often
Yes.
wake up.
Have you told Danielle this?
I have not told Danielle this. She's right here. She's about to hear it. Danielle, I'm telling a story. If you want to hear it. So I get up and I stumble to the bathroom because I don't know. There's something about being half awake that my shit's all out of calibration. I'm like dizzy. My eyes are going everywhere. It doesn't work. I'm sure that's what everybody does. But so I get to the bathroom, turn the light on. I sit on the toilet because I don't want to try and aim.
Fair enough.
And I look at our bath mat and there's this little brown thing, and I'm like, "What in the hell is that?" So I touch it. I shouldn't have touched it, but I was tired, so I touched it. I was like, "That feels like a turd." So,
it's a very little brown thing.
very small. Yeah. We're talking like a grain of rice. And I'm like, "That feels like a piece of shit." So, so I grabbed toilet paper, and there was another one. So I grabbed toilet paper. I pick it up. I pick them both up, put them in the garbage, and then I wash my hands because I fucking touched it. And then so I remember it, but it kind of leaves my head.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, I get through work, I come back, and I see another one of these little brown things on the ground, and I'm like, and then it hits me again.
Have you seen a mouse turd before?
No, I haven't. I probably did. I probably did when I was younger. But
we had mice real bad in our house for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we had them in what we called the rat house, so they were probably rats actually. But I see it again, and I'm like, and then I flash back to sitting on the toilet, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, we have a mouse." So I pick stuff up, and Nick was coming over actually that night. So I sweep up, and I get stuff figured out, and then Danielle and him got to our place at about the same time. They walk in, and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure we have a mouse here." So we hang out a little bit. We watch what the hell did we watch? Did we watch hockey?
Santa Claus?
Oh, we did watch the Santa Claus movie. Nick stayed super late because he wanted to finish Santa Claus 2 on the TV. And he's sitting right here behind the couch. Danielle goes to the bathroom right as it's ending. Nick glances over and says, "Oh, I just saw the mouse. It just went into your room." And I'm like, "You're fucking with me." And he's like, "No, I'm telling you, it just ran in there." And I was like, "Son of a bitch." So we set up this cool makeshift trap with a coffee can with peanut butter on the edge with a ramp to try and get it to fall in because I wanted to just kind of catch it and chuck it outside. That didn't work. So we went the next day, got the Tomcat snappy traps.
Oh, Tomcats are the real deal.
Puts peanut butter on there. We went out to the mall we were looking for matching pajamas, which we didn't find. Because we went to the wrong mall. We needed to go to we needed to go to the Crossgates Mall with Old Navy because that's where we wanted to go, but we didn't.
Old Navy does have good PJs.
Friggin' right. So we get back from that, and I had 3 of them set out, and there was one that we could see right from the door. It was right over there behind the camera. And we come in, and there's this big friggin' lump on the trap, and I was like, "Oh." I was happy. I'm happy that we got it, but I don't know. I didn't want to kill him, But when we set up those traps, we had to
killing traps.
Did they? Do they?
Yeah.
They're little huts.
You gotta get them at
have a little closing door
Well,
they go in and they're stuck in there.
Well,
they don't die, but then you
got the door open and then dump them out.
Well, next time, hopefully there's not a next time, but if there is, that's what I'll go for. Danielle didn't care. Danielle wanted it dead.
Oh yeah, get the mouse out of the house.
But yeah, so then we did a deep clean. But yeah, that was it. We had a mouse.
The mouse story.
I'm gonna have to.
It was an entertaining 45 minutes to say the least. When we were trying to figure out.
It was like midnight, and Nick's there. We're trying to figure out how to catch this thing, and he was like, "Well, you can do this, and you can do this." Very helpful. Helped us make the cool trap that didn't work.
We'll have to do a quick
shot. We gave Danielle peace of mind to go to sleep.
Breaking news.
Quick breaking news update. Canucks are reportedly bringing in Bruce Boudreau on 2-year deal to replace Travis Green as head coach.
Okay.
Bruce Boudreau, who had most recently coached with the Minnesota Wild in the 2019-20 season before getting fired. And according to this Athletic article I'm reading off, he's compiled a 567, 302, and 115 record in regular season games, which is pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's a winning
That's
record.
pretty damn good. I don't know.
Where was he? Was he in Washington?
He wasn't doing anything.
Was he in Washington before? Where
he
was he
in
good?
Washington a while back.
Where was he good?
I mean, he's been really good generally everywhere he's been regular season. His problem has always been he always falls in the playoffs in some kind of crazy way, where it's like because he was the coach of the Capitals when they lost to the Habs in 2010 when Jarro Halak decided that he was going to win a playoff series. That was one of the years. I know he had a couple unfortunate years with Anaheim. He's been a little all over, but he's generally been a good coach.
Oh yeah, I also got the Athletic push notification.
Yeah.
All right, well, Bruce Boudreau, welcome to BC.
I don't know what the fuck's going on in Vancouver, but
he's about to find out.
They're having a time for sure.
All right, well, unless anybody has anything else, we'll wrap this one up. This is what they commonly refer to as a long song.
How long is the recording?
We're at 150. Danielle's got something apparently.
Oh my goodness, Danielle, what do you have to say?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys caught it, but the Sabres are trying to remedy their goalie situation by bringing in Malcom Subban.
Oh yeah, which
Danielle's just yelling ass behind me, by the way. I just want to.
Yeah. I didn't hear that, but okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I don't know. It's never hurts to bring in more guys when like your main guy is Craig Anderson.
That's true.
Nothing against Craig Anderson, but he's what, like 41 now?
Well, so here's the deal. Yes, but Craig Anderson was owning and then he got hurt.
Yeah, I saw he got hurt.
Like he never really played bad. He just got
Aaron
hurt.
Dell was the reason that they weren't doing good. He was playing atrociously bad.
Dell and Tokarski are not a strong duo.
Tokarski's never been a good goalie. Like good.
He had a
goalie.
hot second.
Can he back up? Sure, he's an okay backup, but he's not none of those three guys we just said should be what you have for options as your starting goalies.
No,
and neither should Subban.
Anybody. They didn't have a goalie after last season because they lost Omar and they lost the other backup they had. So they brought in Aaron Dell, Craig Anderson, and then had to. I don't know if they had Tokarski or if they had to sign Tokarski too.
They had Tokarski last year, yeah.
Okay, so they had Tokarski last year, but still, that's three goalies that. What?
Yeah, no, it's not.
And you know what? And they struck gold with Anderson, the oldest one.
Happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Craig Anderson has done some shit in his day. He's annoyed me more than once as an Ottawa Senator. I'll give him that.
Maybe he'll go to the Olympics.
Where is he from?
That's a hot take. I like that.
He's U.S.
Yeah.
Bring him in.
No, he's not going to. Hellebuck.
Bring him in, boys. Craig Anderson. He only needs to be good for 5 games or whatever it is.
Do they? So here's a question. I've been pondering this, and you guys have probably seen me looking down a lot through this call because if I don't look into some of this stuff now and start it, I'm gonna forget by next week. Are we picking just a true here's your 3 lines center, or here's your 3 lines for offense, here's your 4 lines?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
here's your 4 lines for offense, here's your 4 lines for defense, and here's 2 goalies, or are we going with a couple reserves too?
Let's just do lines and pairs.
So you got goalies. You got 4 O lines, 3 D pairs, and then 2 goalies. So you got your starter and your backup.
Do you want to say a third? Because they always bring 3. I don't know. No, we'll do starter.
Fuck the third goalie.
Starter backup.
He doesn't play anyway.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, real quick.
But yeah, anybody got anything else? That's going to be next week that we're going to have some nice lineups for y'all. Benny?
That's it.
Anything to finish? Me and Nick were talking today about facial hair. and I said that you should go mustache only.
No.
Okay.
I think Ben should keep the winter beard growing out. I like
Then
it.
I think that if for some godforsaken reason, if the Canadians get into the playoffs this
I need
year,
to reset.
I want you to reset.
You got to reset and you got to not
I'll do
clean
that.
it up. You can't clean it up, Ben. You
Yeah,
saw.
shit. Like
It works, man.
I mean, I also was cleaning up the entire time they got to the cup final. Like, I don't know.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't even care. I let my shit go. Even when I go out to shoots with like clients and stuff.
Mine gets
I like
messy
homeless.
fast, though. Like it I don't know.
I don't think we have to worry about him resetting because I don't think it's going to happen.
You know what, Nick? Yeah, I'll say yes. If they make the playoffs,
There.
I will reset.
And
There
just
you go.
like that, the Canadians started to win. Rick, you got anything?
I got nothing, man.
All right. Well,
That's it.
I hope you all have a nice week. We'll see you here next week on the Fifth Line Podcast. Like and subscribe. Share with your hockey-loving friends and family, or your sports-loving friends and family.
Maybe
I actually didn't hear what you said.
I said maybe you'll get him into hockey.
Ooh,
Huh?
could get them into hockey. And then, you know what? We'll start a segment called Hockey for Beginners, where we explain all the rules that aren't actually in the rule book.
And we'll explain the rules that are in the rule book that don't get called.
Yes, we will.
Be a long class.
All right.
All right. So special guest Tim Peel next episode. Tune in at 8 p.m. show.
We're a once a week class. We do a 3.5 hour period once a week.
Oh, good God. All right. Have a good week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next week.
Adios.